Hello, I'm Kevin Hunter, host of the Business Forum Show. The last couple of days, we spent our time traveling around Cowlitz County, an area south of Woodland into Portland, and even over on the Oregon side on Highway 30 to assess the damage following record rain and floods. Some of the stories we heard and the situations we saw were astounding. Anyone who has lived in the Pacific Northwest for any length of time is no stranger to rainfall. However, recent heavy rains have raised water levels everywhere. The Columbia sits so high that ships have dropped lower than usual into the water to be serviced at the docks, and the water at public access points has clearly risen several feet. The Cowlitz River, normally shallow and slow-moving following the eruption of Mount St. Helens in 1980, is now deep in several places with a very strong current. Trees that stood on dry riverbanks are now in the water. Many area roadways are submerged in water. And road closed signs are appearing on one road after another. These signs are not always observed by people, but we recommend that if you come across road that's underwater or has a road closed sign, that you turn around and find another way. As you can see, the water over the road can be very deep. Your life isn't worth risking. Do the smart thing and turn around and find another way. This is an Ostrander on the Kelso side, where in 1980 these same roads were underwater. Area residents have used rowboats or even jet skis to access their properties. Water is seen many places encroaching on businesses and trapping their inventory and making it difficult for customers to get to their front door. Many residents have rapidly rising water around them, possibly trapping them in their home. And those along the Cowlitz River are seeing the river flowing through their yards and threatening their homes as well. Logs, trash, and other debris are witnessed coming down the river, snatched out of people's yards by the fast-moving water. Undoubtedly, some people's lives will change forever as a result of this flood. We could see water to the top panel on the garage door at this home and the truck buried in the water. Chickens still roost in this chicken coop, apparently unaware of the flood. We met this resident shooting video of his property, and he shared his story.
Well, the house there that's raised up, the salmon-colored house, about approximately 10:15 last night, I was communicating with my wife. I was at work, was trapped in Portland. I'm a truck driver. She was monitoring the water level in the backyard. Every year we get a little flooding, a little pond that develops. And at 10:15, the pond had risen up to about 6 feet from the back door. And then my wife went from the back door to the front door porch. And at around 10:30 to 10:40, she said it was like all of a sudden a river started flowing through and the water covered the ground. And then the next 10 to 15 minutes, it went from 1 foot to 5 feet. And so she just grabbed her stuff and waded out to Nevada to safety, where a gentleman aided her to get her to safety. And then around 2 o'clock, the water was up to the almost about 8 inches from the top of that 6-foot fence, and it was going over the road over here into other people's houses. There was no rescue. There was no help for anybody in here. Everybody had to evacuate on their own. It happened so quickly that people were sleeping and awoken to water coming into their house.
Many people, just like this homeowner, have no idea what to do next. These 2 stakes on the Cowlitz River were put there in 1980. I know from firsthand experience. Myself and my 6 brothers dug holes here imitating Mount St. Helens and Spirit Lake, and the county came and installed the sign saying, "No digging, buried power lines." Many concerned citizens are observed coming in to watch the rising water. The heavy rains have created waterfalls cascading out of mountainsides everywhere, creating landslides and shutting down highways. This is exit 21 on I-5 just south of Woodland. Due to a significant landslide, the northbound side of Highway I-5 near mile mark 23 was shut down almost the entire day. Highway 30 west on the Oregon side was choked with overflow traffic, hardly moving. We were aware of people who hit this roadway by noontime and still at 10 o'clock at night had not reached Longview. At 8:30 at night near St. Helens, traffic was lined up as far as the eye could see. Perhaps like you, we were stuck on this highway as well. Around 8:30 at night, we decided to turn around, hearing that portions of I-5 North were now open. Workers had spent the entire day clearing the landslide, and by 6 o'clock, one lane was open, and by 9 p.m., a second lane, allowing traffic to head north towards Seattle. The following morning, they were back at it, and 3 lanes of I-5 headed north are now open. As we witnessed throughout the day, even if you live in the mountains, you're going to have to watch for mudslides and rocks falling. And in many areas, even in the hills, the roads will wash out because of fast-moving water. And if you're anywhere near one of these riverways, make sure you pay attention to what's happening. A flood can come without notice. As the area residents shared with us, some of them saw the water rise as much as 5 feet in 30 minutes. For those of you who are aware of resources like food, clothing, and shelter in your area, please make comments in the video below so that those who are watching this and have been affected by the flood or perhaps have lost everything will have some idea of where to turn. There are many people who told us they had no idea what to do next. Also, if you're watching this and you've been impacted by the flood and you're one of those people that has no idea where to turn, please email us here at info@thebusinessforumshow.com. We'll do our best to direct you towards resources to help you. I'm Kevin Hunter on the Business Forum Show. Thanks for watching, and please take care.